All right, guys, let's go back into these gems. Let's talk about Lightning Strike, the one that everybody's been playing lately. The accuracy stacking setup. I know it got nerfed, but it's going to be stronger now. Definitely got a huge buff. Let me find my guy real quick. All right, here it is. Lightning Strike's on the list, just a little further down. Crazy, crazy. So the original effectiveness of added weapon damage is 225. It's getting buffed to 456. It does lose its flat lightning. I don't know if that's going to be a big deal, but it's getting a total of 2.0 times 2 more total damage after all the nerfs. That's huge. All right, let's take a look at Lightning Strike. Okay, so Lightning Strike. Let's jump on the quality in case anybody's not up to date. There's a lot of new stuff. They completely reworked quality on the gems, but you get one additional projectile with 20 quality on Lightning Strike now. And pretty much this, it's pretty much anybody that's new and they haven't seen Lightning Strike before. This is what it does. Basically, if you play this before, it's probably the slowest you've ever seen it. And just a quick heads up, like my build is basically just all area of attack, no damage or nothing. And, yep, this is good old Lightning Strike. Extremely popular skill of PoE right now. And let me throw a little Explodey on real quick. Not that it really needs it. Lightning Strike's pretty good clearing skill already as it is. But there we go. That's Lightning Strike. Big changes. All right, up next, another extremely popular one, Cyclone. The original effectiveness of added damage is 59%. It is getting buffed to 111%. It is losing its flat damage for a total of 1.88 times more total damage. Here is Cyclone. So you basically, here at level 2, it only has 6 to 9 added flat, but it goes up as you level. The quality on Cyclone gives you more movement speed now. I'm not sure if that changed. But just the fact it gets a pure damage upgrade, that's huge. Like, Cyclone's basically the most played melee skill just because of cast on crit and whatnot, because it's a move skill as well. So Cyclone is an extremely popular skill in PoE. And it's actually going to be playable this league. And you know what I think would be really fun too is playing Cyclone as a ward and then just freezing everything. Just like the old Diablo 2 days when you used to wear that Ice Blink armor or whatever it's called. And you could just go around and just freeze everything. I definitely want to try that setup. Alright, another extremely popular melee skill that a lot of lifetime melee players use is Reeve. Quality on this now gives up to maximum stages of 2. You have 4 to start out with at level 1. You can also get this at 12, which is super nice. You want to use this early. Okay, so Reeve is base weapon effectiveness damage is at 250% right now. It is getting buffed to 534%. It is not losing any flat damage. It is getting a grand total of 2.13% total more damage. And I went ahead and threw some quality on this guy to get the +2 stages. We do not have any flat damage though. Let's take a look at this popular skill. I know I've seen lots of melee players use this in the past. I know it's always been a kind of a popular skill, and it definitely feels good with lots of AoE. I gotta say that right now. Like without any Explodey, I'm like clearing everything. Let me go ahead and throw some on to make it look prettier. And I don't know, I guess just still one-shot stuff. I mean, I'm using a level 2 gem with no damage. I'd say this is gonna be a pretty solid choice for next league. I might have to consider playing this. But yeah, I like it. Out a rare lift for a little bit. Great skill. Kind of hard to see, but it kind of looks like a small crescent rainbow out there. Impressive. I think it's going to be a great league, man. It's too hard to pick which skill to play. Alright, I'm moving back to where we had the bigger damage increases, picking up where we left off in the last video. Our last one was Chain Hook. We're going down to Glacial Hammer of Shattering and regular Glacial Glacial Hammer. They originally had 269% of the weapon damage, and they're getting increased to 622. That's pretty massive, I would say. I mean, that's a well over double, and I'm guessing, yeah, we're still at 2.31 because it is removing any flat damage that's on them. But we do have a big difference between the two. So, on our quality here, Glacial Hammer of Shattering, you get 40% crit multi, where the regular one, every third successive strike freezes the enemy as though dealing up to 100% more damage, which is massive. Both of these are really important. Okay, but your Glacial Hammer of Shattering, every third successive strike is always a critical strike, so that's also huge. So these are both very good. I mean, there's just so many skills, I don't even know. There's just too many good skills they brought up. I mean, this feels good without Explodey already. Like, I was testing these all earlier. I mean, I know it looks weird using a sword, because I got Veronestron, but man, it's good looking stuff. I like Glacial Hammer. And I'll go ahead and throw some Explodey on for no reason, because, I mean, hey, we're already blowing them all up. You might as well add some shinies, right? Tell you what, these two MTXs are super important. You gotta have these if you're playing Path of Exile. I'll show you, Yep, wrong one. It is on cosmetics. Alright, so Sun Prism Herald Effect and Celestial Herald Effect. These are two really awesome Herald effects. They're so great. Like, with any Herald, they look so good, and I love them. It'll change the way you feel when you play, man, because it adds so much beauty to the game. Alright, that's Glacial Hammer of the Shattering. We'll go ahead and throw a regular Glacial Hammer in. It should look exactly the same. The only difference is the mechanics. Yep. Exactly the same. Alright, up next we have is Infernal Blow and Infernal Blow of Immolation. They both originally have 166% weapon damage, getting increased to 377. They are both losing their flat damage. They're getting a total of 2.27 increased total damage. And regular Infernal Blow is really nice for stronger monsters, you know, and if you're not like an Ignite build, because you get 6% of the corpse's maximum life, which is huge. That can really help you with, you know, killing higher level stuff when you have not so great gear. And you go down to your Infernal Blow Immolation. This is more like your burn setup, where your base duration is 3 seconds with Immolation, and it's only 0.8 seconds with Infernal Blow. But let's go ahead and take... Oh, also the quality. We got up to 10% of damage per charge on the debuff, and up to 10% damage per charge on the debuff as well for Immolation. But they both basically have the same looking mechanics. I really like the feel of this, and I think it looks good. I love the boom booms. Not sure how it's going to survive, though. I had a friend tell me it's not nearly as good as it used to be since the nerf, so we will see. Go ahead and throw some Explodey on it now. Not sure if it's going to make much of a difference, other than looks, because we were already blowing everything up with it. Alrighty, friends, and that is an Infernal Blow for you. Alright, next up we have is Blade Flurry. This is one of my personal favorites. I don't know how well these changes are going to fare with it, though. The original weapon damage was 49%. It's getting buffed up to 111%. and it is losing its flat damage for a total of 2.26 total more damage. I don't know how factual that is because Blade Flurry has a ton of added damage. At level 20, it's 75 to 113. Even at level 1, it's 14 to 20. It adds a lot. So we'll see, but they'll also possibly make it better for standalone, like, elemental builds. Like, say you're playing a Warden and you want to use a triple elemental weapon. It's going to fare better with that because you don't have to worry about conversion as much, and you're going to be focusing on doing all 3 elements most likely. And our quality on this is up to 5% more damage with hits and ailments for each stage. Now that can be pretty huge, actually. So that's definitely a great quality change to it. So we'll go ahead and throw this on. Yeah, this has been my personal favorite for a long time. I remember watching Mathful back in the Poison Double Dipping days when he was just annihilating bosses with it, man. Those are the good old days. It's just such a fun skill to play, too. I really like it. So pretty. It's nice how you just channel it and just hit a whole bunch of times. And I'm sure this will definitely benefit from the Explodey because it takes time for stuff to die. So let me go ahead and throw the Explodey on it. I've been strongly considering the lead start with this, but I'm just not sure yet. I'm really liking Perforate. I'm pretty much sold on Perforate. I keep calling it Perforate. I'm definitely sold on Perforate at this point. I'm really liking that skill, and you get it at level 1. But yeah, this is Blade Fury, and yes, I love this skill. Okay, Bone Shatter of Carnage. So, this one has base weapon damage of 275, getting buffed all the way up to 620. And it is not losing its flat damage. So, this is kind of wow, because this has been like the big boy, big hitter, big time damage life build skill, basically, for the last couple leagues, I think. You know, like the racers are using it. It's a heavy, heavy hitter. Just so you know, like, okay, so we're getting 275 up to 620. That's over double. Plus, it's keeping its flat. So I don't even know. This might be way higher than 2.25. It's probably not even counting flat remove, because flat removed at level 20 adds 150 to 238. I'm hoping this info is correct, because if this is right, this is just going to obliterate next league. I just don't like the mechanics of it. Alright, so our quality, Pulse has up to a 5% increased area of effect per 1 second of stun duration, up to 400%. So this has +2 to melee strike range, chance to double stun duration. Pulse has a 15% increased area effect per 1 second of stun duration, up to 400%. So yeah, basically, yeah, we can just get another 5% from quality. You know, I may end up using this at some point. This might be the best boss killer next league. We'll find out. I'm just not sure if these numbers are right or not, but this definitely looks like a heavy hitter. I mean, that's more like probably not 2.5. This is more like probably like 3.5 times the damage. I mean, this hits so hard it literally shatters the bones of the monster, right? That's why they call it Bone Shatter. Be the choice. But yeah, this just wrecks. It blows shit up. But ZDPS, I'm just smashing this dude. I literally have no points of damage. And I've seen like racers, I've seen them just like kill entire packs of monsters with one hit. I'm not sure what exactly the setup was for it, but yeah, it was savage. Let's throw some basic Explodey on. You know, this is just elemental Explodey too. This is nothing like a proper melee build. But yeah, it's like blowing everything up instantly. So with Explodey, you see what this is capable of. So, yeah, this is another one that's looking like possibly one of the biggest damaging skills of next week, possibly. Alright, that's Bone Shatter. Okay, so I do want to go down to the other Bone Shatters, the ones that were actually more popular because they had trauma, where they're only getting a 250 up to 338 increase for a total of 135. They're not losing their flat damage either. But these two actually have the trauma, which played a big role in a lot of the damage. To where trauma lasts 6 seconds, dealing 2 to 4% more damage per trauma. So that can play a big effect on the damage. So we just kind of got to see how it's going to turn out. I have not POB'd either of these, but clearly this one, they're trying to push the stun up, I'm assuming. But that has a lot of damage across the board for big possible hits without the trauma. Alright, the last one I want to talk about, Charge Dash. This one's always been a favorite for me. I've tried to mess around with this a lot with Cast on Crit, and just always wanted to play it. This one is originally at 121% of the weapon damage. It's getting buffed up to 264, and it's not losing any flat damage for a total of 2.18% damage. And let's see, I don't know if this has any flat or not. I believe it doesn't. Alright, let's go ahead and throw it in and check it out. You know, this one's kind of like like Blade Flurry plus a boost skill combined. I've always liked it. And I really think this could be like made to be an actually good clear skill. Like you see, it's doing damage now. I mean, yeah, a little Explodey. I mean, you got a pretty decent clear speed skill here with this, I would say. And, you know, I think I've actually set it up to do that before. So, yeah, I've always been a fan of this. I definitely want to try to make this work in a build at some point in this league, because I think it's going to be fun. Because it definitely favors fast clear, and I really like that about it. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this one being buffed. And I think it'll be really popular, too, with Warden as well, with all, you know, like a tri-ele weapon or something. I think this will smack stuff around really good and explode it. Alrighty, well that concludes this video. I hope I was helpful and showed you some neat stuff about these new gems coming up in 3.25, and I really hope you enjoy the league. I'm going to go ahead and make another video on like some of the big melee changes that are coming up, and I'll put that next one and also throw a link of that in the comments. Thanks for watching.